I think I will go first this week.
Okay.
So there's been some pretty heavy rumors coming out the last couple days, and I don't know if you guys have paid much attention to it. I just saw it actually this morning. It was like I heard it as like, you know, as a passing comment like a few days ago, but I really didn't read into it at all until today. But Nintendo apparently, and this is all rumors and speculation, so none of this could be true, but the leakers that have leaked this information are fairly reliable.
Okay.
Later this month,
Leakers
are going to release a Game Boy Online. Like, you know, they have the Super Nintendo emulator on the Switch, and they have the NES on the Switch and all that. They're apparently going to release a Game Boy one later this month, is what the rumors are. Now, that hasn't been confirmed, obviously, and the rumors haven't clarified from what I've seen if it's just OG Game Boy or if it's OG Game Boy with Game Boy Color and Advance, like if it's the whole Game Boy lineup or if it's just the OG Game Boy. I haven't heard a thing yet about that. So, my question for you guys is, what games do you think they're going to have? And what games do you want them to have?
It's a very sad dog outside.
That's what I was hearing as well.
Sad.
My heart's starting to like break for him.
Oh, now he's coming through the door.
So, that's my question for you guys, because I really want, and I know this is obvious, I want Pokemon. And I feel like all of us here, that's going to be our number one go-to, is I want Pokemon.
Yeah.
Now, would you want, you know, if they only do like the OG, I guess that would include red, blue, and yellow.
I think from what I've seen, I've looked a little bit more into this. It's going to be Game Boy and Game Boy Color.
Okay.
No advance?
No advance.
No advance.
So Game Boy Color games.
That's too advanced for them.
So...
But they also said that in the same leak or whatever, they talk about other systems coming. They don't specify other ones, but they say it's probably like N64 eventually, GameCube.
See,
we'll
that
probably
would be...
expect that in the future, but I think, yeah...
That'd be awesome.
I'm assuming we get a direct here in the next few weeks. Usually get one in September. And there's heavily rumored one in the next couple weeks. And I bet they'll probably drop that. The Game Boy and Game Boy Color one then.
So it's going to be like a, hey, by the way, at the end of this, you'll be able to download it and start playing?
I definitely think it's going to be a shadow drop.
Okay.
They need that right now. I don't think...
they need something. They're really kind of lacking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So.
Because I really want to see... You know, I obviously would love to see, like, Silver and Gold and Crystal. I think those are...
Yep.
Those,
I love Gen 2.
That's what I want to play the most, actually.
I'm really debating, like, what I feel like is going to happen there. Because I really don't see them actually putting the Pokemon games on there.
You don't think so?
Not really, because... I don't know. The Game Freak's really picky about when they remake... Or, like, not remake, but re-release their games. They've only done it once before, and that was on the 3DS. And that took till the 3DS's like last year and a half to actually get those out. And as much as I want them, I definitely don't know if we'll get them. Because I know Nintendo, and I know that even though Pokemon's probably the biggest Game Boy games, like hands down.
Ever.
I was gonna say that would be the biggest one. Like if you want people to play this, you would put Pokemon on there.
Yep.
And especially if they have the capability of transferring to Pokemon Home.
Yeah.
Which I can't imagine that they wouldn't.
Yeah.
You know, like they would almost have to, right?
Yeah. I think because that's what they did with the 3DS ones. You can go to the bank system on that. I know Nintendo with this online service so far, they're missing out on a lot of key games in the NES department and the NES department has most of them, but the SNES department they're missing out on a few good ones. Key ones like Earthbound. Super Mario RPG, they've yet to put any of those ones on there. So I don't know. It's definitely more up to Game Freak, I think. And I don't know if Game Freak is going to do that just because of how...
Would it be up to Game Freak, though, if Nintendo technically owns the rights, even though they're the developer? Nintendo's still the publisher, right? So they could... Theoretically, they could get
They have to come to an agreement.
Yeah.
Yep.
They have to come to an agreement.
Okay, because I guess I don't know how that would work.
Technically, Game Freak has the rights because they created it.
Yeah. However,
they've just licensed it to Nintendo to
But
publish.
was it a lifetime?
I doubt
license,
it.
do you think?
Highly doubt it.
Well, here's the thing. Every time you change consoles, it requires a new license for every platform change.
So they'd have to come up with a new one then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because they may have it for the old Game Boys, yes, and then they may have gotten it again for the DS, but they need to get a new one then for the Switch.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I don't know, man. I'm sitting here thinking I would love to be able to play through, I was gonna
Gen
say
2.
I was gonna say Heart.
I want Gen
I was
2.
gonna say Heart Gold and Soul Silver, but just Gold and Silver.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then Crystal version as well. And what I want to do is more specifically, I'm thinking from a streaming point of view, is I want to be able to stream those games, and then I want to be able to take the Pokemon that we get in those and transfer them up through home to the new ones, so we can be like, hey guys, yeah, remember we played Silver, 2 months ago? Well, look, now we have our starter from that game is now here. Like,
For Alligator.
well, I mean, obviously that's gonna be
clearly.
it. Is there even another option in that game? Like, let's be real.
Typhlosion's not bad,
Yeah.
He's not bad, but he's
for
not.
Alligator is by far the best.
Oh yeah,
By
I
far.
agree.
he's
I agree
definitely
with
the
that
best one out of all of them.
I mean, no one's going Chikorita away. Okay, let's just say that.
He's the one that you get just to fill the Pokemon, the Pokédex. Like if you only get it because you want the Pokédex entry. That's the only. That's the only reason.
Agreed. But no, there are other games I would like to see on there, even beyond that. Like
There's a
Yeah.
couple
The
of
Zelda games.
Zelda games, right? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Like-
Oracle games.
the Oracles. I would
Yes.
also love to see them do an old re-release of the Lynx Awakening,
Yeah.
just because
Yep.
it's still enjoyable to play it even back
Do you
then.
think
Yeah.
that they would do the Link's Awakening though, because they do have Link's Awakening out for the Switch now?
Well, it's a different play style. It's like slightly
Yeah.
different.
That's top
It's
down,
just-
isn't it? Right?
yeah.
Yeah, I
It's,
think they would.
old
Well,
school.
I think they would.
Pixelated.
I could see. Yeah.
My bad. But there's some older Final Fantasy games too, all like Legends and Tactics and stuff that were on Game Boy early on that they could
Yeah.
probably do if they wanted to. I don't know what they have for like SNES. Do they have any Final Fantasy out there? Like 3 at least, or
No.
They really
they
don't.
don't have anything. Really?
really
That's
don't.
kind
We
of
can-
surprising.
We can grab my Switch and
The
look. if you wanted
classics
to do it.
have the NES Classic has the first one, and then the SNES has 3.
You would think like 1, 2,
Or
and
not
3 would be
not
on
3,
there.
6. My bad. That's guess.
Because
That's
I was
6.
pretty sure I'd seen 6.
Yeah, I'm at 6.
I think they were planning to add 5.
Yeah. But I don't
It's
think
5
they've
with
had
Terra?
any on
No, that's 6.
That's 6. Gotcha.
the Switch yet.
So 6 is a classic one that people like a lot. So that doesn't
Yeah.
surprise me that it's on
It's
there.
one of my favorites. So
So how many of them were on Game Boy? Because you're talking
Got the
early
tactics.
ones.
early ones.
I think not even in the beginning, but later on they put. So I don't know if they'd be on like original Game Boy. Like 1 and 2 were. They were on. I know the DS's. I'm pretty sure they were. But there was Final Fantasy Legends, which is something else.
Yeah.
I think there was some tactics games that were on Game Boy though.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think so.
But
Yeah.
I'm
Then they had
not
the-
for positive on that.
Then
though.
they had like the Secret of Mana game, right? The first one in the series. 'Cause
I think
that's
so. Yeah.
Technically, Final Fantasy.
That
That's
one.
Final
That's
Fantasy
a
something.
super expensive game. I think right now.
Yeah.
It is.
The cartridge
Yeah.
is very expensive.
That doesn't surprise me though. Like, there's a lot of people
That one I don't know if they'll add because I know they re-released it with like the Secret of Mana collection,
Mm-hmm.
and so I don't know. But
Oh, did they?
Another
Yeah.
series that was on the old Game Boy, you had Fire Emblem.
That's true.
Yes.
Old ones of that.
Yes.
So I remember playing those way back when.
Mm-hmm.
Those could be a very possible thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think of other Game Boy games. Oh, the Mario Land games. Those would be good.
There's some Mario games that were out there.
I love Super Mario Land 2. That's fun.
I believe there were also some of the WarioWare games too.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be cool to have out. Now, is there a WarioWare game on
There
the?
is one coming
There you go.
out.
It'll be
before
There
too
is.
long.
Okay.
What day is it today?
But
I think it comes
it's
out
going to be
Friday.
different games and
Yeah, it
like
comes out
its
Friday.
own system. So
Yeah.
Okay,
it's one that's being made new. So we're talking about playing the older ones. So
Yeah,
got you.
It comes out this Friday.
Yeah, because there's obviously a lot that with the OG Game Boy, I guess I'm not entirely sure on, but I do know the Pokemon games are the ones obviously I want the most, and I know you guys do as well. So it's definitely one of
those
those
and the
things.
Zelda. So
Yeah. I think it'd
Honestly-
be really smart for Game Freak 2 to be like, oh, we're about to
I
have
mean,
2 incredibly
right.
popular games come out in the next few months. Here's these other games from the past that you guys can walk through again and just revisit these regions.
Yeah, I agree. There's a couple mindsets though. There's like 2, I think. There's that you just said, or there's like, we have one that's coming out right soon. I don't want to put anything out there right now. I want them to be still stoked because they are about these Platinum and is Diamond Pearl or is it Platinum?
It's Diamond Pearl.
Diamond
and,
Pearl? Yeah.
Legends Arceus.
But at
Gotcha.
the same time, they're still making money off of them when
They
people
are.
do play
They
them
are.
on there. Because you realize the way that the system is going to work is we have to pay a subscription to get that service. So
Yeah.
Yes.
in the games that actually get played, they get percentages of that subscription.
Yeah.
So-
Honestly, I could see them doing this actually with the Pokemon games. I know they said that home support is coming to Legends Arceus like a month or so after, for both Diamond Pearl and Legends Arceus.
Okay.
So I wonder if then that's when they'll be like, okay, the Game Boy stuff's out. We have a few Game Boy games out there. Here's the Pokemon games. That way, the games have been out. People bought them. They played them, and then now they can go back through the original.
So you think they're
gens.
going to wait then?
I think they'd wait
They'll
on the
spread
Pokemon
it out a
games.
bit.
I mean, that would make sense, but at the same
'Cause I think-
time,
The most bang for their buck.
I think that's what they did with the 3DS too. They waited till Sun and Moon came out, and then put like the home compatibility with it, and then they released the three, the three original, and then later on Gold, Crystal, and Silver.
Okay. Yeah, because I mean, those are the ones I'm obviously going to be looking forward to the most. And if they're not going to do Game Boy Advance, which right now,
It probably will eventually, but not right now.
yeah, but
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I want Emerald, dude. I want a remake of Emerald so bad.
I would like to play through Emerald. I never got to finish the whole thing, so
It's such a
But-
good game, and it's one of those like I would almost say that is.
you can call it your favorite.
No, my favorite's Soul Silver, but I think
Gold.
Emerald would be.
Gold,
Gold.
Crystal. One of the two is mine.
See, I think it would have to go like just for like pure nostalgia and pure the amount of fun that I have with it. It would have to go. One would be Soul Silver, and then two I would say is Emerald is my favorite, and then three would be Yellow. So I mean, obviously, you know, with Heart Gold and Soul Silver being remakes of Gold and Silver, being able to play like my favorite game, you know, lacking some features. Obviously, they're not all going to be. You know, it's not like a true remake to Soul Silver because that's not what they're doing. They're making.
It would
They'd
be,
be
it'd
porting
be just
the,
silver and gold.
yeah, they'd be porting Silver and Gold. So, but even then, being able to play those on the Switch, I think would be so cool.
Yeah.
And being able to stream those properly, and not be able to be like, all right, well now the Pokemon we got are stuck. You know, because without a Game Boy player, there's no way to do it.
Well, you can't even transfer the original ones up anyway.
That's
unless
true,
you play
yeah.
the 3DS versions of them.
That's true. Yeah, that's a fair point.
But see, that's another thing too. Like, a big reason they did the 3DS releases was because those games you couldn't play and transfer up. So now that they're out on 3DS, I'm wondering if they'll even be like, oh, no, they're on 3DS. We'll just keep them on 3DS. Because, like, when it comes to the Game Boy Advance games, I highly doubt we'll get Gen 3 when that comes around, if it does come around eventually to the online, because every virtual console that they've had has had GBA games on it, and they've all been missing the Pokemon games.
So I wonder if now is the time to start.
I don't know. I think it's a smart move in my opinion, but I know that they, like I said, they're very stingy about re-releasing their games.
Nintendo's never necessarily been smart. Like usually
Well,
when
they're actually very smart.
Yeah.
when it
They're
comes
very
Certain
clever
aspects.
about
when
it.
it comes to Nintendo though, I would say if there's ever a, you know, like if I ever had to rely on them on making the right move, I would say most times they don't, or the one that makes sense.
It depends on how you're thinking,
Yeah.
because you know I'm super critical of Nintendo.
Yeah.
But like they do things in the way they do things, it's definitely for reasons that are legitimate. You know,
Yep.
whether that's what we want as fans is something entirely differently. If it's just the culture of the game and the culture of the company that they do, you know, I can respect that. So like they definitely, like you said, they're kind of stingy with when they release stuff, especially like their old games and stuff. They milk things for the right amount of time to get what they want out of it.
Yep. Exactly.
Like they do that for reasons, and it's smart. It is. It kind of sucks for us, but
Yeah.
for them, that's how you do it. You know.
See, I'm looking at it too, I guess, more from a like a content creation side of things.
Sure.
With all the DMCA strikes they were filing on Twitch streamers and YouTubers that were going back, and you know,
That's the culture of today now for everything.
it's ridiculous. So, like, if I was to play a Mario game, you know, that they were actively going out of their way to file these copyright strikes against YouTubers and Twitch streamers that were playing their games, which I think is just free publicity. You know,
I understand that side of things.
I
Do they
don't
need it though? With Mario,
They don't need it.
crap.
They don't need it, but I just don't understand the mindset of, hey, you know what? Let's try to screw these guys'
I think
careers
it's
over.
a more of a, I don't know, just the Asian side of culture. It's more of an honor thing. This is their work. their pride, you know,
Mm-hmm.
that you put endless hours and effort into creating, and that's seen as whether or not it is actually or what we view it as to them. I think that's a lot of you're taking what I created for granted without giving me my just due kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Even if that's not what's
I
intended.
don't know. I think it's a weird mindset, but that's not the topic though either. We can talk
No.
about that a different day.
Mhm.
So I guess I most want to see, you know, there's a few Donkey Kong games, the Zelda ones I never got to play, you know, because the only Zelda game I've really ever played was Breath of the Wild and then Link's Awakening.
Mm-hmm.
I've yet to play any other Zelda.
You need to play Link to the Past,
You
man.
need
I
to
know.
play Link to the Past.
I know
It's
I
on
do,
there
and that-
already.
Yeah,
and that's going to be one.
I think that should be the next game that you play for retro.
the retro nights. That's definitely going to be one of them.
I would watch those playthroughs, to be honest.
Those are the playthroughs I would come and help you through. That was my very first video game right there.
I know, and I think it'd be so much fun to have you come over and like, you know.
So we just give you crap the whole time when you're playing.
Oh, he would too. I know he would.
How dare you do that? What are you doing? You're in the
How
wrong
did you get hit
direction.
by that? How could you get hit by that?
I would be silent and just smile and smirk and enjoy while you fumble through some of those stupid dungeons.
Yeah.
Stupid? What do you mean stupid? Like stupid hard or just
Annoyingly hard sometimes.
yes?
I've heard
Like,
that the water dungeons.
The
Impossible.
water's kind of stupid. Once you get it, it's not hard, but first time through, Total
Okay.
Rock is not fun.
Oh, especially if you don't go in prepared.
Yeah.
Like
When you're missing a couple items,
yeah.
and you're like, how do I do this? Oh, there's this
or even
obscure
if you have
thing that I
those
need.
two items, but you don't have something to help you to use those items.
Yeah.
Right.
I got in there once, trapped in that boss room, had to use the magic mirror to get the frick out of there.
Did you run out of all that mana and stuff?
Yep.
Lots of fun.
And
Oh,
this is
man.
like
We've been there. We're
one of my
waiting for you to
first
be
ones.
there.
I forgot to get that double magic power, so it halves the cost of magic, etc.
It's the good stuff.
Oh yeah. We learned a lot that first playthrough.
But
You can already play those games, Jordan.
Mhm.
Yeah, I can.
was
You're
there
right.
any? I don't know. Was there any Metroid games back there on
Yes,
Game Boy?
the second one.
Second one?
Yes,
Think that would show up?
I think so.
That's a pretty
Especially
hot,
if Dread
hot,
does
you
well.
know, IP. So
Like, yeah, Dread is getting really hyped right now, so I definitely could see them being like, "Yep, there's
Mhm.
Metroid 2."
that'd be cool. That'd be something. I've never like played through Metroid games, so
I
something I'd
will
like to
say
do.
though, if you have a DS or have the means of getting a DS or 3DS, I would play the remake of it. The 3DS remake.
Yeah, I
of-
probably would anyway. But
Yeah, so good. I love that game.
Yeah, there's a lot for the retro Friday nights that we got to do, for sure. Logan, do you want to do me a favor and just tap on our faces on the camera, because I've noticed it's jumping in and out of focus.
Yeah.
So we don't have Tim here for me to tell to do that. So
It doesn't actually look like it's jumping at all.
Okay, bud. So if you can
I
just
mean,
like
it looks pretty
make
stable
sure
to
the
me.
boxes are on our face, you know.
There they are.
They are okay, perfect.
how do you see my face if there's a box on it though?
That's true.
I just wanted to make sure the camera be focused on us.
What's in the box?
Thank you, Logan. So that's really all I wanted to get out of you guys here. We've been on
Sure.
this for 20 minutes now, so
That's fun.
Um,
It's a good talk.
It's good stuff.